A heroic firefighter saves a life, and what's his prize? A shiny pair of handcuffs.
No, we're done, sir.
Hey.
We're done, sir. I had administrative planning. Hey!
Stop! I've done nothing wrong! This is crazy!
Hey, check that out. I stopped to help somebody who's been shot. I'm getting arrested.
Usually, heroes are rewarded for the things they do. But what happens when these heroes are met with dumb cops and they pay a price for being a brave citizen? Here are several instances when heroes save lives, but it backfires. Starting with the case of a firefighter who didn't expect that his heroic act of saving a civilian's life would end with him being arrested.
Get out of my crime scene! I'm gonna make you next time! Get out!
Thank you for teaching me not to be helpful, you fat...
On the 9th of October, 2020, Joseph Garces, a retired firefighter, was driving his Jeep through Santa Paula, California, when he saw Samir Salgado, a shooting victim, lying in a pool of blood. Without thinking twice, Garces jumped out of his car and started performing CPR to the victim. Not long after, officers arrived at the scene following a 911 call, and with no clear understanding of the situation, they quickly turned the scene into a complete chaos.
Don't go to the car. Don't go to that car. Stay over here. Stay over here. Stay over here. Come over here. That's your car?
That's my car. I was driving by. I saw him. I'm a retired firefighter.
Okay.
I'm not a part of this.
We don't know anything about that. We see a gun in the car. You're not going there. Do you have your ID?
It's in the car.
What's your name?
Joe Garces.
Joe Garces, you gotta relax, okay? We know you're helping us out.
Wait, but you guys aren't listening either. That's part of the problem. Yeah.
So I said we appreciate your being involved. Okay. We just run it.
That's his knife. I took it out of his pocket to cut his shirt off.
And that's your vehicle.
Yeah, I was driving north. I saw the lady. They were looking this way, and I saw him down, and I thought it was beer or something. Spun around and came in, saw the blood. She said they were calling 911. I screamed, has he been shot? She said, yeah, it was. I was pulling in.
Okay.
Saw the gunshot wound to the side of his face. I did a quick check, found the gun in his waistband, rendered it useless, stuck it inside my car, grabbed his knife, cut off his shirt, and then you guys started showing up.
Okay. Did you see anybody running,
nothing,
anybody leaving the area, anything?
Not a thing.
Relieve him. Someone relieves him. Get a mask.
Not a thing.
Get this guy out of here, sir.
He's a witness.
What the?
Relax, okay?
Hey,
We
Star.
appreciate it.
Huh?
So I got a crime scene, sir. I'm a detective.
Yeah, and I'm here helping him, so step
out of my
okay? If you're a good detective, you wouldn't be yelling at me right now. You'd be taking care of your job.
Over here.
Get out of here.
Get out of my crime scene. Get out of my crime scene.
What are you going to do to me?
Get out of my crime scene. I'm going to make you next time. Get out of my crime scene.
Come with me, Mr.
Get out of
Garces.
my crime scene.
Mr. Garces.
That's my yeah. You keep your dick off, that's how you act. No wonder people don't give you guys benefit of the doubt. And I worked with you 27 years. When do I get my car back then? Hey, tell them thank you for teaching me not to be helpful, you piece.
You have to step back. Step back. Step back. Step back. Step back. Step back. I don't know who you're.
So now you're gonna come over with me, huh? You're doing a really good job right now, aren't you?
I need you to back up.
You need to calm him.
I need you to back up. Come here.
No.
Garces was visibly irritated by the detective's arrogant attitude, as it was clear he had no clue what was going on. But things took a turn for the worse when the detective decided to confront Garces physically.
Got it. Come here.
No,
You need
get
to
your hands off. Really, the pain compliance, that's what we need to do? Because you don't like being talked.
What's his name?
Take it down a notch.
You can take
Take
it down
a notch.
Somebody here's not
Take it
controlling themselves.
down.
It's you.
Take a deep breath.
Don't be a hypocrite.
I've taken a deep breath. It's your turn now.
Yeah, don't be a
You
hypocrite.
want to talk like adults? I'll let you go. You
Okay,
want to talk
did
like
you
adults?
start talking to me like an adult?
Do you understand how I need to
Do
do
you
my
see
job?
what you're doing wrong?
If you know how to do this job and you have a badge, then you would understand. Now, do you want
It's
to go
so
for 148
good.
if you
It's
have
so-
a badge?
It's so
Do you
good
have
of
a badge?
Yes,
Are you
I do.
retired?
Yes.
Do you want to go for 148 for being in a crime scene? Just because sergeants on patrol don't know how to do their job, and you were a
You're
cop
saying
at
your
one time-
sergeant doesn't know how to do his job?
Take him. Turn him around. Where's your badge at?
In my Jeep, like I keep saying, but you
We're
won't
at your
listen.
Jeep. We're adding your Jeep.
Hey, you will see it when you
Do
look
you
at the
want
fucking
your
Jeep.
car? Do you want me to have to write a search warrant and keep it, or do you want to keep your car? Do you want to get home as soon as possible?
I'm not talking to you.
The detective's use of force in this situation was completely out of line and way too harsh. And when you consider that it was against someone who had just stepped in to help save a life, it just becomes completely unacceptable.
Hey, check that out. I stopped to help somebody who's been shot. I'm getting arrested.
Garces was detained in the back of the police car for minutes before the detective finally released him. Due to the incident, Garces suffered a dislocated shoulder and a torn labrum, both of which required surgery to repair. Following this, Garces decided to file a lawsuit against Detective Rivera and the city of Santala, eventually settling out of court. Despite getting compensation, he now feels unsure about helping someone again. Even though Garces had a pretty rough experience after stepping in to help, the next hero to come along will end up dealing with something way worse.
Gun on me? This guy asked for a cigarette. We told him he doesn't have a cigarette. He's drunk, and he pulled a gun out on us. I disarmed him.
I mean, you guys wouldn't even be out here if I didn't call you.
The guy who pulls the gun isn't the one who goes to jail that night. You go to jail.
On the night of June 27th, 2023, Army vet Matt Solon and Michael Loudermilk, son of a Georgia congressman, were hanging out with their girlfriends in a bar parking lot when a man threatened them with a gun. Matt acted fast, disarmed the man, pinned him down, and called 911 after securing the weapon.
Someone pulled a gun on me? This guy asked for a cigarette. We told him he doesn't have a cigarette. He's drunk, and he pulled a gun out on us. I disarmed him.
Who has the gun?
I have the gun. It's disarmed. It has hollow points in it. It's a Glock.
I want you to stand there and I want you to put that gun on the ground, okay? Do not have it in your hand when they pull up.
Okay, it's on the ground.
Okay, tell them the gun's here and point to the ground, but keep your hands to where they can see them.
Okay.
Matt did exactly what he was supposed to, but when the cops got there, they didn't seem like they were going to make things any easier for the guy who had just saved himself and his friends.
It came from him bleeding from the head. The guy bleeding from the head? Yes, sir.
I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. Okay, do you think people ever lie to the police? Is it possible?
I could have got shot today.
Yep, me too. That's my job.
I was in the military for 6 years. I think I know that.
Congratulations,
I was
sir.
in Afghanistan. I know exactly what they are.
Yes, sir.
I'm not armed. You want to test me or frisk me or whatever?
You're fine. Just don't move, and there's nothing to it there. Don't go reaching in your pocket, man. You just
Get away, get thrown on the ground. Don't.
I understand completely. You're not exactly being cooperative either.
I'm putting him in my car.
Did I do something wrong?
I don't know what's going on. We're trying to detain you to figure out what's going on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but did I do something wrong? Did I do something wrong?
Matt was shoved into the back of a patrol car, even though he kept asking what he did wrong. No one explained, and it never even crossed the cops' minds that he might actually be telling the truth.
I mean, you guys wouldn't even be out here if I didn't call you.
Look at it this way, man.
I'm done talking.
Anytime we show up on a call, we have to do what we can for safety reasons until we can safely ask everybody questions. We got one guy with a gun, one guy bleeding, so we detain, and we wait till everything calms down, then we start asking questions and kind of figure out what happens in the scenario, just so you know why you're sitting back here.
No, I have no idea why I'm sitting back here. It doesn't explain anything.
Matt, step on now.
Yes, sir.
I had
it under control, I feel like.
You had what under control?
The whole situation. I had him on the ground. I'm taking care of until the ambulance. I had it disarmed. And what else did you guys do?
All I'm told is that you're the last one to have the gun. You started touching your pockets and everything. I asked you not to, and you're like, hey, I'm the hero, or whatever you were saying.
Yeah, sorry.
So,
Unfortunately, Matt was arrested and later charged with felony possession of a firearm. It wasn't until later, when he spoke to the media, that he finally got to share his side of the story.
Asked over and over and over again, what am I being arrested for? And Officer O'Brien said, he has rights too.
The gunman has
The
rights.
gunman has rights too. He was restrained and you hit him while he was restrained, and that's why you're going to jail. And I was like, he's never been restrained. He's
How long were you in jail?
about 35 hours.
The guy who pulls the gun isn't the one who goes to jail that night. You go to jail.
Exactly.
He isn't arrested till the next month.
No, and he's given his gun. They're going to see this when they run my plate, that I've been arrested before.
For a gun-related charge.
For a gun-related charge, right. And they're going to think in their head, oh, this guy just had a good lawyer. He got off it.
There was an incident where he protected himself and the people he was with, and I commend him for that. Then part two is where he took action beyond that, and that's where he did cross the line.
Did that appear to be punitive rather than defensive?
Yes, that's what I saw.
The Cobb County District Attorney dropped the charges, stating Solon acted in self-defense and to protect others. But by then, the damage was already done. And it's easy to imagine he might have concerns whenever he sees a cop. Moving on to the unbelievable case of a firefighter who ended up getting arrested for nothing more than doing his job. On February 4th, 2014, the Chula Vista firefighters were helping out at the scene of a rollover accident, using their trucks to block the road for safety. Things took a wild turn when a CHP officer told them to move their trucks, threatening arrest if they didn't. A firefighter named Jacob refused, saying his duty was to the victims, and he couldn't just leave them. Little did he know, he'd pay a price for standing his ground.
Okay, I don't have time for a cell phone. This is ridiculous. CHP is arresting Engineer Gregoire for where he spotted the fire engine. We're in the middle of patient care with patients on the freeway. They're putting him in handcuffs at this time and walking him away.
Even though Jacob was there to help the victims and make sure they were safe, he ended up handcuffed and sitting in the back of a CHP car. It really makes you wonder why the cops made such a bad decision. He was just doing his job, standing up to protect people. Moments later, Jacob was released and no charges were filed against him. The officer here was just plain dumb, just like this other officer who arrested an innocent guy for helping a victim of a car accident.
I'm gonna put your hands behind your back. I'm gonna arrest you. God, let's make everything difficult, please. You wanna go sit in the county jail because you wanna be in Aaron, listen, if you want to see I'll send you to the county jail. I'm asking for your cooperation here. You know what? If you're gonna file a complaint, we'll just charge you. Stay in there.
On March 8th, 2020, the police received a 911 call from a concerned person who reported seeing someone lying injured after being hit by a car. The caller, thinking they were doing the right thing, expected help to arrive quickly. But when the cops showed up, the situation took a surprising turn in a matter of seconds, and the good Samaritans who had tried to help soon regretted making that call.
I don't know what happened. We was driving by, the man's laying here. He says somebody hit him with a car. He's obviously been drinking, but he needs some help, so I didn't want to leave until somebody got here.
I appreciate you. And when you came here, you didn't see anybody else around? Or?
You know what? There was a white vehicle on the tracks, and I think they saw him about the same time we did.
Okay.
But they went on.
But you didn't see a vehicle around or anything like that? Okay.
But his head's all busted up, and he says he's hurt.
Why don't you guys go ahead and pull up to give room for the ambulance?
We're going to go on. We just wait.
Well, I need your information real quick.
What information?
Just your information real quick. Give me 1 second. Can you just pull the vehicle up for a second?
It's not my car.
Jesus Christ. Give me your IDs and I'll run it now. Everybody's got to make rocket science. You got your ID on you?
It's not my car.
You have your ID on you.
No, I do not. Why are you yelling at me whenever I'm
Because you're not listening. You're not listening. I'm trying to get the ambulance here so we can get off the railroad tracks.
And we're going home.
I need your ID.
I don't have an ID.
What's your name?
I'm not giving it to you.
I'm going to put your hands behind your back. I'm going to arrest you. God, let's make everything difficult, please. You want to go sit in the county jail because you want to be in
I don't have an ID on me, just like I...
No, you don't want to give me your name, so you said arrest you. So good Lord, let's make it difficult. Makes sense.
I want to see your supervisor.
Put him in your car. Pat him down and put him in your car.
See your supervisor. Have I committed a crime?
Yes, you have. Obstructing justice.
Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to help. All right. And the guy's yelling at me. That's what's the matter with the police force nowadays, man.
Well, let's get this figured out. And
I did absolutely nothing but call to help this guy out, and I'm sitting here in cuffs. That's all I did.
Well, what happened? What happened
I don't know. We pulled up, and the guy's laying in the middle of the road, so we called 911.
Sure, copy 28 of a witness.
Asking me for ID, which I told him I do not have, and I haven't been suspected of committing a crime.
What's your name?
It's Aaron.
Okay.
But there's absolutely no reason to ID me when I haven't done anything. I'm just trying to help a guy.
Whenever you called about it, did you?
I didn't even call.
Oh.
The daughter called. I was out there with the man, making sure he was all right.
They didn't see anything, but just first one's on
Did nothing, man. And here I'm sitting in cuffs because your guys. That's why. I want your supervisor out here, by the way. Get your sergeant
He's out here.
All right. Taking my constitutional rights by arresting me for committing no crime. I wasn't impeding an investigation.
All right. Well, I don't know what was going on there, so.
Nothing. We called to get the guy some help, and I'm in cuffs.
All right.
Aaron Flanagan, the guy who had called for help, was now in handcuffs and fuming. And honestly, who wouldn't be after only trying to help? But the officer didn't back down. Instead of diffusing the thing, he ramped things up by tossing out threats and turning the heat up on an already tense situation.
Who is this guy to you, ma'am? Who is he to you?
He's my dad.
Why is he acting like this when I'm trying to get people off the railroad tracks for safety reasons?
No, sir, I'm sorry.
I just need to know who we are. That's all I'm doing. I just asking him for his name, and he don't want to give it to me.
We were just trying to get this man some help.
Ma'am, I appreciate that, but at the same time, why cause one problem when we're trying to fix another? You know what I'm saying?
I understand, sir.
Aaron, why Aaron, listen, if you want to see I'll send you to the county jail. I'm asking for your cooperation here.
For what?
I've got squad cars on railroad tracks. I'm trying to get them off of it because you don't want to listen. I'm asking for your cooperation and you don't want to give it to me.
Well, my cooperation was calling and getting this man some help.
Okay, so we're going to cause another problem by not clearing the railroad tracks? I'm asking you to pull forward.
Not my car.
And then I'm asking for your name so you guys can get out of here so we can pull forward.
For no reason at all. For no reason. You're asking for
that makes sense.
The situation had already spiraled out of control, and the cop, realizing his mistake, decided to free Aaron. However, after hearing Aaron's response, the cop made a flat-out dumb and totally out-of-line decision, which is the last thing you'd expect from a law enforcement officer.
Aaron, I don't know why you'd want to do a good deed and not help me try to just get everybody out of here in a safe area.
Well, you started yelling at me with a bad deal right off the bat, so...
Apparently you don't know what it's like to do this job.
I don't want to.
I get that, but I'm trying to make it safe for everybody showing up here so we're not on railroad tracks and stuff.
You need to get the chip off your shoulder, pal. There's no reason to be rude.
Oh, no, listen, time can kill somebody. You understand that?
I'm not mad. Why are you?
I'm not mad.
Why you keep yelling at me then?
I'm not yelling.
Not right now.
Time can kill somebody. The matter of seconds can kill somebody.
I have no idea what happened to him, no more than you do.
I understand that. I'm trying to get people off the railroad tracks.
And I'm trying to go home. I just stopped to help the guy.
Then just help me get to the end of the...
I don't owe you anything. I don't know what your problem is.
My problem is...
Guess what? I'm clear, right? I've lived here my entire life. I want your name, your card.
It's Billy White. My badge number's 429.
Because there'll be a complaint filed. I guarantee you.
You know what? If you're going to file a complaint, we'll just charge you. Stay in there. We'll give you something. We'll give you something to file a complaint on.
You know it's right.
Well, I gotta take you up there, I guess.
I know. It's not your fault, pal. I'm not mad at you. I just actually got angry because he was yelling at me for no reason at all. I'm just trying to help somebody. I'm clear. I'm valid. I got nothing against me, and I've been here all my life in Centralia, Illinois. Same house for 20 years, pal. But I don't have to put up with somebody yelling at me when I'm trying to help somebody, and that's what it amounts to. He got aggressive with me. He's yelling. He's demanding things, and I don't have to give him anything. I've committed no crime here.
Bolsky, can you get by or no?
So take me to the police station. What you going to charge me with? What crime is he charging me with? Do you know?
I don't know yet.
That's because there was no crime, pal. You know that. There was no lawful commands given because I wasn't under suspicion of a crime, nor was I under the suspicion of committing a crime. There was no reason for him to be aggressive with me at all. And he was still aggressive at the car. So he said if I'm going to file a report against him, he's going to charge me. That's why we're going to the police station. Now see, you guys can't be all bad, man. Guys, you just can't be. I have a hard time believing that you all act like that. I understand that you're going to do what your partner says, you know, your buddy, but bottom line is it's definitely against my constitutional rights, and I've committed no crime at all. And you guys took an oath to uphold constitutional rights, did you not?
Yep.
And you're breaking mine now. I've done nothing, and you know that.
Well, he's got more information than I do. He got there before I did, so...
and as soon as you got there, I was put in your car because I didn't have an ID on me.
Aaron was taken to the police station, where he explained the whole incident and his thought to Officer Billy White. He was released soon after, since just like he'd been saying all along, he hadn't committed any crime. In the end, Aaron moved forward with a lawsuit against the officer. Next, we have the case of a heroic nurse who stood her ground to protect her patient's privacy, but instead of a reward, she ended up in handcuffs thanks to some egotistical cops.
Hey. We're done, sir. I had it.
Stop
Hold
it!
your phone. I have administration. I'll hold your phone.
There's nothing wrong!
On July 26, 2017, police officers from Salt Lake City turned up at the University of Utah Hospital to obtain blood from a seriously injured patient who had been involved in a car accident. The accident had occurred because the police were chasing another vehicle, which slammed into the victim's vehicle and caused it to explode. The patient had suffered serious burns and was in a coma. In the hospital, the cops were met by a nurse on duty, Alex Wubbles, who told them that they couldn't take a blood sample. And things quickly escalated when the officers refused to step back.
I have this, it says obtaining blood samples for police enforcement from patients suspected to be under the influence. right? This was something that you guys agreed to with this hospital. The three things that allow us to do that are if you have an electronic warrant, patient consent, or patient under arrest, and neither of those things, the patient can't consent. He's told me repeatedly that he doesn't have a warrant, and the patient is not under arrest. So I'm just trying to do what I'm supposed to do. That's all. So.
Okay, so I take it without those in place, I'm not going to get blood. Is that? Am I fair to surmise that?
The nurse stepped in and stopped the cops from taking a blood sample from the unconscious patient, saying it went against hospital policy and the law. It wasn't a big surprise that the officers hadn't followed the rules. They were trying to see if the victim had drugs or alcohol in his system, maybe to explain away the crash. But the real issue was that the cops ignored the fact that high-speed chases in heavy traffic are risky, and that decision led to the crash. So, this wasn't just about the blood sample anymore. It was about their pride and their jobs being on the line. When they realized Nurse Alex wasn't budging, all hell broke loose.
I don't know. I have no idea why he's blaming me. I'm just representing.
Why are you blaming the She's the one that has told me no.
Yeah, but sir, you're making a huge mistake right now. Like you're making a huge mistake because you're threatening a person.
Okay.
Oh, please.
No, we're done.
No,
we're done. You're arrested.
Hey.
We're done.
Sir, I have administrative. Hey. Hey. Hey.
You're assaulting me! Stop! Stop! I've done nothing wrong!
I'll hold your phone.
I've done nothing wrong! Take my phone! What is happening?
Hey.
This is crazy! This is crazy!
Hey.
Why is he so angry?
I'm in here. It's her.
Tell Brad what's happening.
Anybody
I'm leaving in the room.
That's your option. He will be taking you down. Okay? So, I do not replace. I have hospital administration coming. They can talk to you. Sir.
You can talk to him. Let him take her to the car.
Then walk.
Detective Jeff Payne, later revealed to be the officer in question, forcefully grabbed the nurse, slammed her against the wall, and cuffed her, all for having the nerve to follow the law and protect her patient's rights. To top it off, his boss, Lieutenant James Tracy, arrived on the scene, not to calm things down, but to push the nurse into bending the rules, because apparently adding fuel to the fire seemed like the way to go.
You're telling me that your policy, and I appreciate that you have a policy. No, I know. I understand that. You're telling me what a policy is. It's a workplace policy. What people, it's what lawyers and stuff put together to prevent liability from coming onto the hospital, and I appreciate that. What I was trying to tell you on the phone is the law, okay? And what I'm trying to say is, now, had you taken the officer up, you could have had a trouble.
Taking it up, I'm also obligated to my patient to protect them.
Okay, the person that you're trying to protect is the victim and a fatal fact. Okay, we are trying to ask if he has anything in his system or anything, but
He's already promoted, he's already been given medication to keep him comfortable, so any of that information would be a
right,
moot
but
point.
no, because the hospital records will clear that on the levels that are given. Okay, you're trying. No, you're trying.
Well, that's not going to
You're
help me.
trying
I'm
to
just being
legal defense.
No, I'm not trying to do anything. I'm being told what to do and what I've been told.
And what I'm trying to tell you is, we wanted blood from this guy. Now, I have talked to people, and there's probably a much better solution that we could have come to. Okay, but all we had was the blood. Okay, and my point is, There are civil. If we're breaking the law, if we're doing wrong, okay.
Just listen to him.
Listen to me. If we're doing wrong, there are civil remedies. Okay, it's called fruits of the poisonous tree. If we took this blood illegally, it all goes away. All right. So there's civil remedies if we make a mistake. What I'm telling you is that we are not making mistakes. Okay, I've done this for 22 plus years. I know what the law is when it comes to search and seizure. All right. And what you have done, because your bosses are telling you to, has been to prevent this officer who's called out to do a job to do his job. That's obstructing justice. Okay.
Lieutenant Tracy's method of convincing was built on pure lies, and it was clear that both officers had some serious ego problems. In the end, the nurse was released and later settled for $500,000 with Salt Lake City and the University of Utah. Detective Jeff Payne lost his job, and Lieutenant Tracy was knocked down 2 ranks to a patrol officer after the Salt Lake Police Department wrapped up their internal investigation. But if you thought that was bad, wait till you hear about these 2 completely incompetent cops who pepper sprayed an Army officer for no reason at all.
Sir!
Get out of the car now!
Sir! Hey, sir!
Get out of the car now!
I can't believe being treated like this.
On December 5th, 2020, Lieutenant Con Nazario was driving his brand new Chevy Tahoe when police pulled him over because his rear license plate wasn't visible and his window tints were extremely dark. What should have been a routine stop quickly turned into chaos when Nazario, trying to find a well-lit spot, took a little longer to pull over, and the officers lost their patience in record time.
Let me see your hands! How many occupants are in the vehicle? How many occupants are in your vehicle? Open the door slowly and step out. Open the door. Get out the car. Open the door slowly and get out.
Get out of the car now!
Open the door and get out the car.
Keep your hands outside the window! Keep your hands outside the window! Get out of the car now!
Get out of the car!
Now!
Get out of the car!
Now! Get out of the car now! Yo, what? Guess what? I'm a veteran too. I don't know things. Get out of the car! Get out of the car now! What's going on? You're fixing to ride the lightning, son. Get out of the car now! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car!
Sir, just get out the car. Work with us and we'll talk to you. Get out the car.
You received an order. Obey it.
I'm honestly afraid to get out.
Yeah, dude, you should be. Get out. Get out!
Get out the car!
Get out now! You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest for, you're being detained, okay? You're being detained for obstruction of justice.
Nazario was completely in the dark and growing anxious about his own safety. As he kept asking for answers, the cops had something else in mind. Something that wasn't going to end well.
Really? Really? Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me.
Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me. You know what? Get your hands off me.
It's not a problem. Back up, Daniel.
I didn't do anything.
Sir!
Get out of the car now.
Sir! Hey, sir!
Get out of the car now.
Sir, look.
I'm trying to talk
Get out.
to you.
Okay.
I'm trying to
I'm gonna talk to you.
out.
Just get out of my car.
Can you please
Get out.
relax? Can
Get
you
out.
please relax?
Get out of the car right now. Now.
This is not how you treat a vet. I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're gonna treat me. I didn't do anything. Whoa, hold on.
Daniel.
What's going? Hold on.
AM4 OC deployed. Get out of the car! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car now!
Sir, just get out the car!
Get out of the car now! Yeah, get out of the car and get on the ground now. You're gonna get it again.
I don't even want to reach the seat.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Get out of the car now! Listen, take off your seatbelt and get out of the car.
Look, I'm just gonna speed.
You're gonna do as you're told. Get out of the car.
Look.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off.
Look, my hands are out.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car.
My hands are out.
Don't reach in there, Daniel. Don't reach in there.
My hands are out. Please. Please, look. This is really messed up. My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right now.
Get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off. What are you, a specialist, corporal? What are you?
I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. You made this way more difficult than it had to be. You just complied. Get out of the car.
Reaching for my seatbelt.
Fine. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Straight onto the ground. Straight onto the ground.
Ma'am, can you leave, please?
Down. Let's go. Let's go.
Available.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to
Get
me
on the
about
ground
what's
now.
going on?
Get on the ground or you're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get
going
on the ground.
on?
Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me
Get on
about
the
what's
ground.
going on?
Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Yes,
going
sir.
on?
You're not.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Why am I being treated like this? Why?
You're not cooperating. Get on the ground.
Why am I being treated like this? This is really messed up. This is really
Come on,
messed up.
Sir, well, just
This is
work.
really, this is,
Sir,
oh,
sir,
you know this,
lay on the ground. Just
you
lay
know
flat.
this is,
Flat for me, sir.
you know this is,
Sir, lay flat.
this is, I can't believe I'm being treated like this.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Right there. Right there. What's that?
It's gum. What the?
Get on the ground.
It's gum.
Sir, can you just work with us?
Can I?
Just work with us. Lay down flat.
Hold on.
Lay down flat. Lay down flat.
Sir, lay down. Lay down, you're going to get tased. Lay down, you're going to get tased.
This
All right.
is,
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
this is,
I agree. All you had to do was listen.
All right.
Halo 3. One in custody.
can you open up the window for my dog? I hear him choking. Can you open up the window, please?
Yeah.
The officer hit Lieutenant Nazario with what looked like an excessive amount of pepper spray. This could have been handled so easily with a simple conversation, but the officers were too busy showing him who the real boss was. It's definitely not how you treat someone who serves the country. After realizing they'd messed up, they finally tried what should have been their first move, talking to the lieutenant calmly.
Can you please take this off?
No.
There's nothing going on. There's nothing wrong. Come
Well,
on. This is
obviously there is, because you wouldn't comply with us. All we did is ask you to
told-
get out of the car. And you refused. You said, no, I'm not getting out of the car.
I was asking what was going on. My hands out the window.
And we told you it's a traffic stop, and you refused to comply. So hold on, before we get to that, my medics are still here. You still need my medics?
Yes, I'm going to stay here.
We'll stand by them. Okay.
Stay here as long as needed.
So that's
So,
all.
about how long does this take to wear off?
You just come out of rookie school. How
Yeah.
long does pepper spray activate?
It'll take about 20 minutes, man. 20, 30 minutes.
It's just
The more, I'm telling you, I know it doesn't make sense, but the more you blink, the better it's going to be. I didn't believe the guys when they told me either, okay? But the more you blink, the better it's going to get.
They go through
this
this
is
stuff
making
and
me
they're
very
trained.
anxious. Can you please take the cuffs off
No.
me, please? I need to.
No.
Even though the officers claimed it was a high-risk stop because there was no plate, further investigation proved them wrong. The car had a temporary plate the whole time. Nazario wasn't charged, but he later filed a lawsuit against Joe Gutierrez and Daniel Crocker for using excessive force and violating his civil rights. Officer Gutierrez was eventually fired. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.